I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of this from JD Vance, so pay attention. And for the same reason that he's been on vacation 8 times in 7 months. Vance is currently claiming that he gave Zelensky a stern talking to and warned him to behave before his meeting with Trump in the Oval Office. Vance and the people around him are trying to establish him as the grown-up in the room. Except when he wants you to know that he isn't in the room. They're trying to create some visible distance between him and the craziest stuff that's going on. That's why he's always out of town when something crazy goes down. Like, you know, when he was very visibly on vacation in the UK when Trump announced that he'd be federalizing DC and sending in the National Guard. This is all in preparation for the day that Trump is gone, because believe it or not, there will come a day when he is gone. And while JD Vance is not beloved, is not a cult leader, does not inspire much, all he needs to be is boring. That's it. Many people are going to be desperate for something boring, or at the very least, much less afraid of something boring. And JD Vance and the people around him are positioning him to be the guy that you look at and say, how bad could it be? Bad. I'm going to be filming and rolling out a mini-series in multiple parts, going over some research into autocracy, modern day versus what we typically think of as autocracy. I've talked about this before. I'm thinking I'm going to split it up into small parts for verticals and just upload the full version on the horizontal one. Find me there, by the way. I think people are severely underestimating JD Vance. Keep an eye on JD Vance. Keep an eye on when he's in the news and when he isn't, where he's being placed in the news and where he isn't. Oh, there's drama about him shutting down Disney for his kids. What was going on in the White House that day? There's drama about him raising a river's water level in Oregon somewhere. What was going on in the White House that day? Because while a lot of people are assuming that these lavish vacations are doing nothing for his image, you seem to be forgetting the fact that Donald Trump went on more vacations his first term than any president in the history of this country. You seem to be forgetting that Trump's entire brand is lavish. Lavish and out-of-touch levels of wealth is not a deal breaker for Republicans, including working class Republicans. I would argue especially working class Republicans, because they still see themselves as temporarily embarrassed millionaires. They still see that as aspirational. JD Vance started his branding with hillbilly elegy. He's like 10,000 steps ahead of y'all. Worst case scenario, if his vacations become an actual problem for him, they will become a part of his story, part of the hyper-capitalist mythology of a rags to riches guy. Someone whose past working class America can feel connected to. Someone whose present and future can feel aspirational. Someone whose wife allows him to say they're totally not racist. But more likely, it's just gonna be used as evidence of him spending time with his family while Trump was burning everything down. JD Vance is Peter Thiel's guy for a reason. Everything they're doing is not Trump's platform, it's the Republicans.